There are a couple major Stranger Things characters who haven't received Funko Pops for the final season, and I think it actually reveals a lot more about this final season than you may think. So the first one is Murray Bauman, who you might not necessarily think of as a main character, but in season 4 he really is. And also they gave this guy a Funko Pop, so I feel like he should probably deserve one. But more importantly, this only adds to a theory I have that Murray's going to be an early Volume 1 kill-off. And that's because he's only really been seen in promotional material in one scene that we know happens in Volume 1. He's the only character that we've only seen one fit for, and he just kind of makes sense as a Volume 1 kill-off. Because the Duffers have said it's brutal, there's people dying like every episode, but you can't kill off one of the core characters in Volume 1. They might die Volume 2 finale, but they can't die in the first 4 episodes, not tomorrow. But Murray can. I mean, he's always been kind of a comedic relief side character that only has some uses in the actual plot. But he's still someone we've been with since season 2, so it would still definitely hit for all of us, but not like if Steve died, which they have to save for the very end. And it's the same for the characters. Murray doesn't really have close bonds with anyone. He's barely even interacted with the majority of our characters, and the ones he has, he's not like as close to as Mike and Eleven are. So it also wouldn't bear the same weight on the characters, but it would work for a Volume 1 death. The next one is Max, and this one's obviously a little bit more easy to explain because we know she's in a coma, and we know she's gonna wake up because otherwise they would have just killed her in season 4, but still, it's like a slight spoiler. But more importantly, I think how she's gonna look when she wakes up is gonna spoil more than you think. Obviously, many people have been theorizing that her dying and then being resurrected by Eleven will give her powers. And the theory that goes along with this that I think is the strongest is that she's going to be blind, but can see the Upside Down and maybe figure out what Vecna's doing, and they could use that to stop him. Some people have pushed this even further and said, oh, she could even talk to the people who have died by Vecna or the Upside Down, and that's how you bring back, like, Eddie and all the other characters that they might want to bring back. I don't think this is really going to happen. It seems like you're pushing it a bit too far, but just her being blind and seeing the Upside Down feels very plausible. And the last one, and the one I think is the most interesting, is Vecna. Now, from the little bit of Vecna we've seen, he already looks different. This is not how he looked in Season 4 or even in the first 5 minutes of Season 5, which is a flashback. And I think that's because he is growing stronger. Now, having all these gates open, his connection to the real world, he is able to grow stronger. And he is almost evolving, and that's why he looks different, and this won't even be his final form. There was a Stranger Things Lego set that was leaked and will supposedly be revealed on January 2nd, right after the finale, and in this, he's red. Lastly, this isn't someone who's missing, but just a little detail I want to bring up is that Lucas is holding popcorn. And in the season 4 finale, Max draws him holding popcorn. I'm just saying, there might be at least one happy scene in this season, so hey, that's fun. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think of my theories, if these Funko Pops mean anything or if I'm overthinking it, and don't forget to follow.